I'm Tom Cole, Head of Horticulture at Capel Manor College, and you join me in this family space. This is a garden that has some key features. It has a hard-wearing, durable lawn. It has living areas and spaces so you can relax and unwind. And for a little bit more entertainment, it's got a sort of fort-like palisade constructed out of stone. It also has key plants which are low maintenance, hardy. To give height, it has a pergola with a variety of climbers and still gives you room, if you wanted to put in fruit and maybe veg to enable the whole family to benefit. Discuss with the entire family what they would like from the garden. Every member of the household should have a feature that really excites them. To give children a really exciting area to play and run amok in, why not use something like this? These are fort-like palisades made out of reconstituted stone, but they're also a barrier that actually protects your choice shrubs beyond. Easily erected and inserted into the ground, they're just piled into the ground by around about 60 centimetres and cemented in place. So they're not going to go anywhere, they're very, very secure and they'll weather. So, great fun for children to sort of play around and have fun. For that perfect lawn with a family that wants to do everything in the garden, you've really got to have one that combines one key grass at least. Have something like perennial ryegrass. Perennial ryegrass is freely available in all your good garden centres and multiples, but it must be combined with a small percentage of brown top bents and fescues. This will give it its durability, it'll enable the grasses to knit together very carefully, and will enable all your family to sort of wander over, play football or whatever. It's a lawn which needs to be cut on a fairly regular basis, once a week in the height of the summer, and reduce that during the winter period. From time to time, with a lawn that has perennial ryegrass and has a lot of activity on it, you're going to have to look at raking hard once a year, so we scarify to take up all that debris, aerate to help improve drainage and relieve compaction, and top dress with a great mixture of predominantly sand to really invigorate the soil. And you may also need to do some additional seeding later on, but just check you get the right seed. Perennial ryegrass is a key one to have. From time to time you might have the odd weed, and that is easily rectified by using very shallow, long trowels to actually get around the root system, or using a selective weed killer that actually feeds but also weeds at the same time. To complement the palisades, it's also good to actually use a variety of other sort of materials with some complementary colours, such as the shale that we have on the floor here. Acts as a great mulch, will keep weeds at bay, but I have to say it's also overlying a membrane material, so there's a double effect there against sort of keeping weeds at bay. To split that up, because too much shale could be a little bit too much of a colour there for you, have these wood-like stone replicas running through, so you get the sense of a railway running through. So again, your children might be quite excited by that. And also you've got sections of what look like wood, but in fact again are also stone. Now all of these sort of materials you can get from a good garden centre or a reputable landscape supplier. They'll also give you some great advice on how to install them and tell you about their durability as well. To create height and also to protect yourself from, I suppose, the strong sunny days of summer when you're enjoying yourself in this wonderful communal area, this living space, why not use a pergola? This is a pergola here constructed out of wood which has been pressure treated, so you've got around about 20-25 years a good lifespan before really having to do anything to it. Available to you in a kit form from good garden centres and your landscape suppliers. You can even design your own and get someone else to build it for you. They're relatively easy to construct, and you get a real sense of achievement when one of these is up in your garden, because you can then literally allow a whole host of plants to grow up and over it. From a plant such as this, Vitis vinifera purpurea, the purple grape, it will give you grapes, but here they're just using it to clothe the pergola and really enhance that height, but to give an unusual colour, purple through to mauves. You can also grow other plants as well, clematis, wisteria. You could even grow fruit actually if you really wanted to and you had good sunny aspect. This is a great area within the garden where you can all come and meet, you can enjoy and also see what your children are doing at the same time. The whole garden can be surveyed from this one point. From hard-wearing lawns to a play area constructed out of stone, to mulches, through to a wonderful sort of railway of sleeper-like structures. You might think that's all you can have really for your kids in the garden, but what about converting one or two of these borders into something that's really going to get them involved and active in growing salad crops, growing fruit. The fence here lends itself perfectly to having fruit grown up against it, whether that's soft or top fruit, but equally the ground below here also has a great deal of space potential for easy to grow salad vegetables like lettuce, radish and spring onions. If that seems a little bit too daunting to you though, you can always take out one or two plants and invigorate the soil and grow lettuce there. So I think there's a lot there for everyone really to improve on a family run garden.